In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm Big Money John.
I'm Pocket Scratchings Nick, I guess.
And I'm Muscular Thick Thighs Ray.
I don't know whether
Okay.
this is what John wanted for the joke.
That was your fault, John.
I'm so sorry. I was like, okay, what's big with the kids? It's being flash with your cash. It's living extravagantly. And then Nick went for pocket scratchings, which could mean, he's diving for pennies, or he keeps like salted pig goods in his pockets.
Well, I think we all know the answer to that.
I think we all do, to be honest.
And then
it's both.
And you, Chris Ray, went for some kind of just raw sexuality sort of...
Which he always does.
Yeah.
That's the card he always plays.
I think you have to sometimes, especially when you've got all this going on.
Exactly.
And certainly, in the conversation we just had off air, where there was a certain uncertainty principle around you and the wearing of trousers right now.
Well, I don't think there's any uncertainty about it. I'm not wearing trousers.
I see.
You promised you wouldn't mention this.
Oh, well, it's too. I think it's too late now.
I'm
not going back and starting over.
I can't keep track of the number of topics we're not allowed to talk about on air. Like, we have a moratorium before every episode where we're like, okay, rein it in, boys.
What are we not allowed to talk about on this week's episode? Oh, here's a list of things.
And the corporations that back a show called Hate Limited have a lot of censorship and stipulation upon what we can and cannot talk about. We are not able to speak freely on this show.
No,
that is a call for help.
We're deep in the pocket of big pork.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the massive chimneys which we use to expunge pollution into the atmosphere don't pay for themselves, to be fair.
No, exactly. And all the propaganda we have to put out to say that they're actually cleaning the atmosphere and cleaning the air, that costs money as well.
The sky used to be pink, and now we've made it blue, so you're welcome.
Exactly. Yeah.
What has been... Okay, look, I'm looking out the window now. It's 8 p.m.
It's sunsetty.
On an April day. The sun is still shining.
I've closed all the curtains, so I can't even tell.
Brilliant.
Okay, is that a metaphor?
No, it's just because Liz is out, and when she comes home, the dog will start barking, and then I've just tried to offset that by making sure he can't see Liz return home.
I see.
It won't work. You'll hear the dog barking.
It won't work
a bit later.
Yeah.
Well, what I was trying to say is that, it has been a glorious day. The world is maybe not the world. Maybe not the country. Okay, I'm feeling optimistic.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's be positive. What has been a highlight of your week?
Oh God.
One tiny bit of positivity
of the
this week. Something. Give me something.
I've been to the. Go on.
What were you?
I was going to say I've been to the pub.
Oh, okay. That's not the same as what I was.
Okay, no.
That's pretty good though. Going to the pub is quite a highlight.
I went to the pub on Tuesday, and I went to the pub on Friday with you, John.
You did.
And I went to the pub. I went to the pub also last Wednesday. So I went to the pub 3 times in the last week.
So wait, no, that's not really like one single oasis of joy that's kind of like a trend.
Yeah, it's a very large trend since I was about 17, I think.
So I went to the Tip.
Oh,
today.
Did you book? Did you have to book?
Didn't have to book.
Oh my goodness!
And in itself, going to the Tip is a highlight. But when we get there, that now because of the lockdown rules and they're still hanging on a bit, they wait for a bay to be free. And then they send you to that bay. So it's like, bay 1's free, off you go. And bay 1 was free. It's the furthest from all of the skip things.
That's a nightmare.
So we pull up into bay 1. And then suddenly, one of the guys in the high-vis jackets runs over. He goes, bay 8's free. Do you want to switch to bay 8 before the next guy comes in? And we were like, What? Yeah.
What?
Bay 8's like
Yeah.
Bay 8's like proper close.
I bet
to, like,
Bay 8.
all
I
of the
bet
good...
that's where the VIPs park at the tip, isn't it?
Bay 8 is like prime real estate. Bay 8.
It's a Bay 8. It's got like a sound system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got a jacuzzi. It's an old, like, used jacuzzi, but it's there.
It's just the Black
and so,
Eyed
yeah,
Peas
so-
on repeat. I got a feeling.
It's just that line on repeat.
Yeah.
I got a feeling. I got a feeling.
I mean, that's why it was thrown out, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But so we got upgraded in the tip to Bay 8 because of this friendly high vis guy. So that's a highlight,
Nice.
I'd say.
I always
Have
find
you-
people who work at the tip to be miserable. So
Yes.
the fact that you've encountered a nice chap there is something to talk about in itself.
Well, that does
True.
that makes me wonder what you're doing wrong at the tip, because every time I've been
Oh, here
to
we
the
go.
tip,
Here we go. John's going to side with the bin men again.
every time, man of the people here, every time I've been to the tip,
big bin?
I've often,
town bin?
They've been pretty cool guys, I've got to say. You
I
know?
don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they shout at me.
I
a
think
lot.
it's-
maybe they know who I am.
I think it's because they know. It's because they know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the non-sorty guy.
Yeah.
Hey,
they,
he's the guy-
they all start whispering. They all start whispering to he doesn't sort his recycling.
He's the guy who treats his driveway like a skip.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you go, because of COVID, when you go to the tip nowadays,
What's
you have to
COVID?
have you have to have your ID. So you know, like trying to sneak into like a pornographic movie, when you hand over your ID, they're looking at you, and you know they've got like your face pinned up
Yeah.
behind. Do not serve this man.
Yeah. And you've tried using Liz's ID, but they can
Yeah,
see
they're not-
you
they
behind
see
the
right
reel.
through that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
have you
yeah,
been-
so that was a highlight.
So have you been living a bohemian life this week, Nick? If you've not been, because I'm like, you went to the tip, but during the golden work hours.
Yeah,
So that makes me think
I've,
you-
I've had the week off.
Nice, nice.
I know. The prestige. Yeah. And that was not even the highlight. The highlight was Bay 8.
Yeah.
Bay 8. Was it as good as I've heard? Bay 8?
It's quite special. I actually didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. It's better than my house.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
So-
were you? Tell us about it, Scud. What were you dumping off?
There were loads of stuff. Like I took there was this weird sort of desk kind of thing that the previous owner of our house had installed in the conservatory, and I don't know why it was there. It was just this weird like L-shaped bit of wood that we just, you know, there's just surfaces and you just put stuff on them because that's what you
They're
have.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I just sort of took a hard look at it and I was just like, what is this? This is weird. And all the stuff on it's rubbish anyway. So I just dismantled it all and chucked it in the car. So there was a load of wood, a load of cardboard. It wasn't that exciting. An old microwave.
No, that's quite good. That's your white goods.
Yeah, that means you get to go to the small appliances section,
Yeah.
which you don't often get to go to, which is cool.
Isn't that closer to Bay 1?
It is actually. You're
Ah.
right. You're right. That was the only flaw in our plan.
Last time we went to the recycling centre, we dropped off some gas, like a gas canister. That was pretty exciting.
Why did you have
That
a
is
gas? Why
exciting.
did you, of all people,
Yeah.
have a gas canister?
I just like to set fire to things.
Yeah.
No, it was left over from when we moved in. I say we cleaned out the shed. Liz cleaned out the shed.
Let's be honest.
And we found all sorts of stuff that we then just took to the tip, including a gas canister for like a barbecue, I assume, or for blowing stuff up.
Isn't it like powerfully cleansing when you? I personally like when you go to the dump. Like I actually enjoy it quite a bit because driving
so do
driving
I.
out of the dump, it's like the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah. It's
feel,
like my
10 stone
it's
lighter.
weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
We dropped off
Maybe
a
more.
load of old DVD cases once because we put all our DVDs in a wallet, a
wallet.
disc wallet. So we got rid of all the cases because no one
The
buys.
2002.
Yeah, no one buys DVDs anymore. I can't sell those. Those got no resale value whatsoever.
That's probably true, isn't it? I was about to say, like, you shat on the resale value of those, but you're probably
There's no
right.
point
actually.
selling them. It's not worth my time. My time is very valuable.
Any Blu-rays or just?
No,
You're saying DVDs are obsolete.
I keep Blu-rays. Blu-rays are high definition and therefore of adequate quality. So I keep them around for now.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to know the highlight of my week was?
Oh, go on.
Yes.
I feel like we've been
And this-
leading into this.
Well, no, I do care about what you guys have to say, but more importantly, what I have to say is, on a previous episode, I talked about the joys of cutting a perfectly square hole.
Yes, I remember we.
I
rigged you
reckon
somewhat
I know
for
where
that.
this is going.
Well, because my life is basically an episode of Sesame Street, I have now cut a perfectly circular hole.
That's good.
In my front garden. You got a message?
Nick's got a text message.
Oh, go on. No, don't mind us. Go check your messages. No, it's
I'm
fine.
gonna have to leave. I've got more important things.
No, go talk to your real friends on TikTok. I don't know.
TikTok.
But yeah, we cut a perfectly circular hole.
That's good.
In the front lawn, which is incredibly satisfying in itself. And then we had a tree delivered.
Brilliant.
What?
And we've planted a tree in that perfectly circular hole in the front.
You can get trees delivered.
Well, we had to go and see the tree first.
It's like adopting a baby.
Yeah, it's like see if you're a good match.
Yeah.
It's a lot like adopting a baby.
Yeah.
They were like, what's your job? What's your profession?
Yeah.
Have you got an enclosed garden? That kind of thing.
Have you got a gate to prevent it from getting out? You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was wonderful. Slap that in the hole. You know.
Slap it in.
Slap it in. Dig it over.
How big is this tree?
How big is the tree? And my follow-up question is, how deep is the hole?
Well, it's a baby tree.
Okay.
So it's not but it's bigger than you think. It's maybe 7 foot tall.
Oh,
okay, that's pretty big for.
But
it's almost as tall as I am.
It's not very. It's not very girthsome. It's quite.
What sort of
quite
tree
a
is
slender
it?
tree.
What sort of tree is
it? It's a type of cherry.
Oh, I don't like cherries.
Okay, so it's going to blossom.
I don't like cherries.
A cherry tree's beautiful though, Rev.
But they don't taste nice.
Cherries taste great.
No, I don't like
cherries. Are great.
I don't like cherries at all. At all.
What? Wait, are you talking like the little super sugary cherries you get on top?
I'm talking any cherries. I don't like that flavour. I don't.
What about a fresh cherry off the store?
A fresh cherry off the store.
No, don't like it. I don't like cherry sweets. I don't like Dr Pepper. None of
Nobody likes Dr Pepper.
None of it.
No, I like Dr Pepper.
No, well,
so you're wrong there.
Nick's wrong.
Nick, come on now, come on.
I love Dr Pepper. It's one of the best.
I don't like cherry flavour at all. At all.
Nick, in the flavour labs, when they're developing new arcane flavours, when they crack open this kind of broken obelisk that Dr Pepper seeps from, you know, below the earth.
All you're doing is selling this to me, but okay, yeah.
But I'm saying they have a broad palette of a broad spectrum of human palettes, and then they have you as the outlier that they compare all of them to. Yeah. So I love you, I respect you, but your flavours are not a metric.
Your opinions are fucking shit.
They're fucking shit.
They're fucking shit. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. That's probably true.
I'm sure.
I mean, they do say on the bottle, so misunderstood. Misunderstood since 1921.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm misunderstanding Dr Pepper. I just think it's shit.
No, you're misunderstanding.
I'm not. I'm pretty sure I know exactly who Dr Pepper is and what he stands for.
I'm sure Pepsi Corp or whatever knows your opinions better than you do.
But
they probably do. The amount of letters I've written to them.
But Dr Pepper is to cherry as Tango is to apples. You know, they're not
I wouldn't even say Dr Pepper is especially cherry flavour, because there's cherry Coke, cherry Coca-Cola.
I don't like that either.
And that tastes. No, I don't really like that. And that doesn't taste anything like Dr Pepper, in my opinion. It doesn't also really taste like cherry either.
No.
The thing is, Ali agrees with you on this. Ali hates cherries and cherry-flavoured things.
Yeah.
And I would argue that cherry-flavoured things and cherries actually taste very different.
What about I don't like a Bakewell, cherry Bakewell.
Oh.
That's a glassed cherry.
Okay, so what's the difference between that and John's adopted cherry?
Well, it's just a cherry soaked in sugar, I think.
Oh. Yeah.
But the sugar probably makes it nicer, arguably.
Well, yeah, but that's my point. You get those vibrant pink, nothing but sugar cherries. That's a glacier cherry. And then you get a dark red, seductive, juicy Morello cherry.
I think the problem with that is it probably tastes even more like cherry than the cherry that I don't like.
What if at our very exclusive gathering, which is happening later this week, within COVID guidelines...
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's like when people... I've started already.
Well, somebody should care.
You're setting me off already. People post on Facebook.
I think you've already brought this up.
I probably have, but I'm going to bring it up again because it's on my mind now.
Okay, cool.
People who say, I met up with such and such today. All socially distanced, of course. Fuck off. Nobody cares. It's not... I'll assume you're following the rules unless you blatantly are. And I don't really care if you are or not. You don't need...
Okay.
It doesn't bear writing about.
Okay, so at the illegal rave... in the middle of the Forest of Dean that we're going to on Saturday.
Yeah, can't wait for
What
that,
if I were to bring? What if I were to bring some glacier cherries
Yeah, do it.
and some OG straight off the vine
And
cherries
some Dr. Pepper as well.
and some Dr. Pepper?
All I would say is don't waste your money.
We could do a taste comparison.
You should do this. You should do this because we want this.
I reckon one of
I
those.
feel like you will walk away thinking, oh, he tried them both and he hated them both. I wish I hadn't spent that amount of money on a lot of cherries that nobody's going to eat.
I mean, I won't feel like that because John will have bought the cherries. So.
Yeah.
And if you hate them both, I get to take 2 packs of cherries home with
well,
me.
as long as you're happy with the fact that I'll probably only eat one of each and then spit it at you,
Oh, okay. Well,
then that's
one
fine.
of them's got a stone in. So.
I'll spit it on the floor then.
We're all very different people, you know. Nick could have his Dr. Pepper. Chris Ray, I'd imagine you would enjoy a glacier cherry. I'm up for being proved wrong.
Okay.
You know, there's me with my love of simple flavors. I've got a Morello
Like dry
cherry,
toast.
and dry toast, yeah. And they're all different iterations of the cherry. And so we all like cherry, but we all like it in our own unique way. Well, we don't. This is
I feel like I couldn't have made it clearer that I don't like cherry.
I
think you will like glassy
I'm willing
cherries.
to be. I'm willing to be proved wrong.
You will like glassy cherries. You will like.
I'm willing to be proved wrong, although I'm never wrong.
That's true. You are never wrong. I've tried many times to prove.
I don't think anything I've ever done is wrong.
Should we? I feel there's never been a better forum to talk about our experience, Chris Ray, of going to the pub in a socially distanced.
Well, I feel
setting.
like I know what you're going to say now.
Well, as a country, everyone's been itching to get back to the pub. It's like, okay, Britain, its spirit lives and dies.
Britain and its horrendous sweeping drinking problem.
Oh yeah, it's
Indeed.
like. Oh, Britain. Oh, Britain.
Blighty.
Oh, Blighty's good for a laugh. They like the pub, don't they?
Hessian sack full of lager.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like day one of the restrictions being lifted. Everyone's back in the pub. It's like, whey, having a good time. Having a good time. So we go to a beer garden on a freezing grey day. It was absolutely freezing.
It was pretty cold, yeah.
And we sit in a beer garden. We are escorted to our table wearing masks. Waitress comes and takes our order. She's wearing a mask. And we enjoy a perfectly pleasant, a few hours having a nice drink in a beer garden going, this ain't so bad. And thinking like, oh, this is nice. Everyone's being respectful, wearing masks. We're all enjoying getting back out in the world. This is good. This is clean, good fun. And then you were talking about something, Chris Ray, and over your shoulder, I was listening to what you're saying, but my vision kept kind of drifting, and I'm looking over and past your shoulder, and I see an older man standing by a kind of wooden pillar, which is holding up like this kind of gazebo-y kind of trellis thing.
Yes.
And he's reaching for his belt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, is he going for his dick? I'm like, no, he's not getting his knob out. Not in public. He's not.
He wouldn't.
And I'm like, it's funny, Rev. It kind of looks like that guy's going to have a piss, like in public.
Thing is, when it comes to social situations like these, I'm very subtle. So I turned 180 immediately. And looked round, and I think he was just about to get his knob in his hand, basically. And then he was approached by a member of staff and asked to use the toilets like a normal person.
Like a human, if you will.
Like a human would, with or without a pandemic going on.
Yeah. I mean, that is essentially like liquid COVID. Just
liquid COVID.
Just pouring out of this man.
Everything we're hearing is like masks, people. You got to be the aerosol effect. To be fair
to this
if you
man,
cough, you'll.
To be fair, nobody really has reminded anyone for about a year not to piss in public.
This is true. We're wearing masks on our faces, but where are the masks on our crotches? They're nowhere.
He probably just has forgotten. To be fair to him, I think the 12 pints he had probably had a factor.
I think we're giving him a lot of the benefit of the doubt here, but But sure, yeah.
I mean, he was right there. He was right there, ready to do it, and he got approached by a member of staff and just politely ushered towards the toilets. But yeah, I mean, just imagine if they hadn't interrupted him, that would have happened. Yes.
Just imagine, I can see it now, like Gloucestershire Echo, just like new outbreak in Cheltenham post third lockdown caused by old man urinating in beer garden. Yeah. Splashback, incredible. Like that would be the top line. Splashback, incredible.
That would be the best headline This Is Gloss has ever published. And the most relevant story to Gloucestershire as well.
No, sorry, Nick, what was the headline again? Just for headline?
Splashback, incredible.
What?
Oh, the first.
Just for headline. Incredible. Just for headline. Top line.
Top line. COVID outbreak in Cheltenham after third lockdown caused by old man.
Byline: Willy Copter to play.
Brilliant.
Yes. If he just hadn't done a little Willy Copter, so many more people would have lived.
But let's imagine if you forget everything and just imagine that's how a pandemic is A, started and B, spread. Imagine the government advice around that. No willy copters.
No willy copters,
no willy copters, no urinating in public.
Guys. Now, admittedly, it's hilarious.
John,
we all love it.
You started this, John. Don't start John.
No. You said willy copter.
No. I'm role playing the government.
Oh, all right.
Advice.
Oh, you were telling me and Nick off.
We thought you were backing out.
He's going like, guys. All right. Look, I know it's hard. Okay, this is the sacrifice we need to make for the country.
Yeah. Please,
stay home.
I beg you.
Stay safe.
People of Britain.
Keep it in your pants,
guys.
It's really hard. I know.
Yeah, I know. Like, you just want a willy copter. I get it. We've all been there, particularly in public.
It's a gentleman's romance, pissing in your garden while spinning, 360 degrees in a lateral plane. It's the greatest pleasure known to man. Yeah. But please, just for a year,
wear a mask.
Wear a mask while doing
Hands, face, space would take on a very different meaning, wouldn't it?
Hands, face, dick, face, hands.
Cock hands pocket.
Cock hands
pocket. Cock hands pocket. Thank you.
Anyway, on that note, who's got a hate?
Oh, go on then. I'll do one.
All right, okay. It's for joyful member of the team.
Might as well while I'm here, eh?
Yeah, that's what we're for.
My hate is a personal hate to me, very personal. My hate is that
I'm sure we can relate.
Cannot grow a beard. Thing is, when you're like your mum says when you're a kid, or you're due a growth spurt and it doesn't come. Not that I have any experience of that.
No, of course.
Standing as I do at 5'3". But when you sort of start becoming pubic, and the hairs start sprouting up where there were no hairs before, and you think, here we go, here comes the beard.
It's a very curious time for all of us, There's a lot
I
going on.
I never had that curious time. Like, I've got pubic hair. I feel like I need to go on record.
You just woke up and it was...
I just never, like, they always say that phrase, like, you're going to start growing hair in weird places. Yeah. And it's like, A, I never really heard that as a kid. And B, I just looked down one day and there were pubes there and I didn't think, that's weird. I think I just thought, well, I'm a human. Yeah. I have hair in other places. Why not there? And I was never that bothered by new hair there. Yeah. I never even noticed it being new. Do you know what I mean? I feel like maybe I always had pubes. I don't know.
I remember quite vividly, because if we're going there, I remember quite vividly being...
We are, apparently.
I mean, we've gone down this rabbit hole far earlier than I was anticipating.
Okay, I remember quite vividly as a young boy on the cusp of adulthood, being in the basement of Debenhams in Gloucester.
Brilliant.
And this is weird.
that area just itching like fury. Which was entirely just new hair.
I just say at this point, I was talking about how I can't grow a beard and we've just moved...
Oh, sorry, yeah, well, you said pubic and
we've just
again...
moved on to cock and balls again within seconds.
Okay, sorry.
Cock and balls again.
Okay, put the cock and balls back in your pocket.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your chin, Chris Ray.
Pocket face space.
Cock hands
pocket. It's quite simple.
Yeah.
Shit, it's really hard.
As I was saying, I've been pubic for 18 years now. I'm very proud of it.
Full pubic.
But I've never been able to grow any hair beyond sort of the strap of my chin I've got hair growing down my neck almost, but it will not grow consistently.
You don't get it.
I don't get it.
the cheeks,
Yeah, on my cheeks
lip.
or top lip or anywhere like that, and I never have been able to.
It is quite incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Like that you've never had
So you don't
anything
get,
on the
like-
upper lip.
You don't even get like bum fluff. You get
Not
nothing.
really. You can see the odd hair if I really grow it and really, really try, and I really have to wish it. But like you two, I can see now you've got a face full of stubble. Congratulations. I feel like if I could, I would have a beard. And I've just never been able to do it, and it's always been a source of irritation to me.
Well, not to rub it in, but I actually had a shave this morning because
And look at you already.
What? That's today's growth. Holy crap!
John, I should say, has got a full beard at the moment.
I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of shave once a week, and I quite rarely go kind of clean shaven, but I just kind of like, this is about half of what it was
Sure.
this morning. Like I kind of took it down to a manageable level, but follically blessed, shall we say?
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like of the three of us, John definitely has the most like potent growth.
I'm very envious of
powers.
it. Very envious of it.
Well,
Everybody wants what they don't have. That's the problem.
this is the thing, because I look at your face, Chris, and I'm like, the thing with me, right, is that I feel like my beard is what hinges on whether I look like a grown-up or not.
Nice.
If I was to completely clean shave this off, and I have done that a couple of times, I look so baby-faced, I reckon I'd start getting IDs again.
Yeah. 100%.
Whereas I look at you, Chris, and I'm like, look at that man. He's able to look like he's a grown-up, but he doesn't have to rely on the crutch of a beard, which I have.
Yeah, but then
to
why
rely
is that? It's because I've got these forehead lines. So the juxtaposition to this is that I can't grow a beard, but I've got the forehead of an old man, which I've had since I was about 8, probably younger than that.
It's really weird because we're all getting older.
Look, you can see him. I've got a filter on this camera.
Yeah.
You can still see him.
Yeah, we're all getting older, but in this year of spending more time on webcams, I'm very aware that I have like so many old man kind of creases around my eyes, like laughter lines, some might say, but you know, I reckon they're the Grim
See,
Reaper's
I haven't ever
finger
noticed
marks.
those on you, John.
What?
I've never noticed them on you.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Never
Yeah.
noticed them on you at all.
Now's your time to share.
Well, my big facial defect. Let's get into this. Is the bags under my eyes. I feel like I constantly look like I'm either like a heroin addict or I just haven't slept for like 4 weeks.
We all get that though.
So you
This
can
is
say
good, though.
now that you haven't noticed them. You can say that you haven't noticed them.
Oh,
I don't mind.
I've never
I was
noticed them.
distracted from them by
Yes.
your hair,
Yeah.
which
Very
is
Oh,
nice,
okay.
Nice, good save.
great.
Great work. Great work. Super.
See, when I started becoming pubic,
Which is bad.
I had a spot under my chin, which was just like the size of a penny, where hairs started to grow, and I thought, here we go.
Here we go.
This
is how it begins for
time.
everyone.
Come on, it's
a
beard time,
radial
here we go.
effect.
And then for about a year, that's all that would grow. And then eventually, I've got like what you would call, I suppose, a chin strap now. But as I say, just doesn't grow on my face, and it's always annoyed me. I used to call it my fat man beard, and then I became athletic to a degree.
but genuinely
Now
though,
it just looks shit.
But to echo what Nick said, and I mean this quite genuinely, like I'm kind of the same. Like I see people, adults, out living their lives,
Yeah.
being respected, who are clean shaven, and I'm like, I can't go there. I can't.
I find myself
Yeah.
staring at those people and looking at their faces and trying to work out what it is about them that is so like respectable and grown up. Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I feel like there's a reason people with beards and beards themselves became very popular, and that's because they look cool. There must be something in that. Surely they just look good, and that's why they've become a thing.
Was it also like in the olden times, everybody was like gaunt and probably dying of rickets
probably.
or something, and like having a beard made everyone go, "Oh, he looks healthy," because you couldn't see like his bones
Because you
like,
covered
under
half
hair.
the face.
But
yeah.
is a beard also
I've
not
always-
part of the adult experience as well? Should I not
Well,
feel like
I
an
guess-
adult? Should me having a beard not feel to me like I'm becoming a man?
But at the same time, the fact that you have a rich, thick, velvety coat of hair from your neck downwards on
Yeah.
every surface, I mean, that's kind
It's
of
horrible
like...
though. I get ingrowing hairs. It's a pain in the ass. I have to shave it. I have to shave it up to a degree so it looks like I've got an actual jawline.
Yep.
All of that.
It is weird though, because my brother has often said, he said to me on many occasions, I am jealous of your beard or facial hair or whatever because you can grow it on the sides because you've got like it's all over.
It's connected.
Whereas he doesn't get hair on the sides.
Yeah, that's weird.
But at the same time, this is where grass is always greener. He's got the most incredible goatee.
Yeah.
Like we're talking not
because that's hard to pull off that literally sometimes. But like a goatee doesn't always look good. It can make you look like an evil magician.
Indeed.
Very quickly, I think.
Well, I mean, put it out there. Yes, he looks like a warlock. But but it's like my hair is dark, which hides the fact that the individual hairs are actually quite far apart.
Well, there you go.
If you know what I mean.
See.
There is skin, in between the hairs.
See, I've never noticed that until you've pointed it out now.
But my brother, he's got that density of hair. So we're talking like Ewan McGregor
He's
style.
got a great beard, Ewan McGregor.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes, I do now.
thick,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Some people can do that. I'm fascinated.
I actually
by
really
that.
don't like the hair on the cheeks, like just below the cheekbones, those patches. When I trim my beard, I should say, because I never shave it off. I always completely get rid of that, and I just have a line around the bottom, kind of like Chris Ray's chin strap, but I protrude more onto my face, and I keep the mustache. That's my beard of choice, and all my neck beard goes.
See, I would do something similar though if I had the option, and it would be nice to have the option. That's all I'm saying.
I guess that is the thing here. One of the biggest takeaways is it's less that I think you need it or you should feel any lesser for not having it. But by having one, you then have the choice. Because I could be clean shaven like you. I have the choice to be clean shaven or bearded. You don't have that choice.
No, exactly. It'd be nice to mix it up sometimes without having to glue something on my face.
Is it if you let it go?
Well, during the first lockdown, I thought I'm going to grow it. Whatever it is.
See what you get.
And nothing really happened. It just looked... It just sort of started pointing in all weird different directions. So I just thought, no, screw this.
Is it the Amish? I'm kind of thinking, like, what culture really made, like, chin beards a thing?
That's like the Hasidic Jews, isn't it? They do that,
Yeah.
I think.
But I don't think mine would grow like that at all, because I traditionally, or as a kid, had an afro. So I feel like it would just go poof, out. Rather than down.
I think all your hair went up top.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
I mean,
we all have a certain amount of hair across our whole heads, and yours just went all up top.
Yeah, I think so. Well, my hair is fully grown back now. For regular listeners will know I shaved my head back in January because I was completely bald, and I'm back to normal as of a couple of weeks ago.
And for the benefit of the listeners, I think it is important to say it does look fantastic.
Well, you're very kind.
Like, it's looking great.
Well,
like,
it's looking good.
Because I mean, everybody's got that thing though. I'd wager there's somebody who's got an amazing beard, and he's like, God, I wish I didn't have a beard.
Well,
exactly.
I'll swap in.
Isn't it funny though how there isn't like an option really for a fake beard? Like there are fake beards for plays and for stuff like that. Like if you want to pretend to be a bearded person, but wigs, pretty much like you can kind of tell when someone's wearing a wig, but they've become pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like a beard would be very hard to fake. And if you could fake it, it would be a lot of upkeep.
It would be. Yeah. You have to keep it clean.
I think fake beards are more trouble than they're worth, if I think about it.
The thing I find really weird about... It's like, beards and the like. I'm always in that nether realm between, like, a couple of weeks' growth and a beard, quote, unquote. And you see people who have, like, proper beards. We're talking, like... multiple inches, like there's like a length to it.
Yes,
and I've never reached that limit because it's always it's always annoyed me before I reach the point where I would go, got a beard.
There's the phase I refer to as IBS, which is the itchy beard syndrome. Or itchy, and like when your beard gets to a certain length, you have to get past that phase if you want the big bushy beard. But it's so itchy, I just can't bear it. I can't bear it at all.
That's the problem. You got to really push through if you want a proper beard.
Yeah,
and that's sort of equally where I got to, where I just thought, oh, this is just getting too annoying. I was scratching all the time, and it's just like I can't be doing with this for like a shit-looking beard. But it's just literally growing on my neck.
But we're talking like, if you're committing, because we have some listeners that we know have beards.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them.
We're talking oils.
Yeah.
Combing. There's a regime. You've got to care for
Good
it.
for them. I'm very envious.
I do think this is a grass is always greener.
Maybe.
I think like one day you're going to be visited by like, I don't know, a Christmas ghost or something, and he's going to let you have like one wonderful night where you experience having a beard, and then you realise you were always happy as you are.
Yeah, and then the movie ends, and
that's what
I'm
you'll
still
learn.
not got a beard, but everything's fine. And I think, you know what? I'm glad I don't have a beard for all the aforementioned
Exactly.
reasons in the previous hour and a half.
Yes.
You know that toy you had as a kid where
Megazord.
It was like iron. No, not the Megazord. It was like iron.
Megazord doesn't have a beard.
No,
I'm still annoyed that my mum sold Megazord.
I'll send you a link to some fan fiction I've written.
Oh god.
Where he does have a beard. But you know that little face? It was like iron filings, and you
Yes.
could like
Draw a beard on. Yeah.
What if, right, in your lifetime, you are only allocated one bucket of iron filings?
That's what they should do.
What?
I don't know who they are exactly, but they should allocate everyone that amount of hair, and then you choose effectively where it goes on your face and head.
This is my
But when
point.
do you choose this?
Yeah, I suppose
Like, as a
maybe
child?
you choose it unconsciously before you're conceived. Your soul chooses it before you're conceived,
I
and
see,
then
your soul
and then your
chooses
soul
it.
is put into a baby because that's how it works.
Maybe your soul chose this.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll be willing to.
I'm pretty pissed at my soul if that is the case.
I mean, that's why you've been trying to kill it slowly
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
kind of like the last 10 years.
Since I've been doing this show.
And on that beautiful note, Nick, do you have a hate, or I can?
I do. I did come to the show prepared with a
That's
hate.
good news.
Um,
How
is
just
something-
conversely, how much before the show do you two tend to come up with your hates? Because mine tend to be about 20 minutes before we come on.
yeah.
No. Anyone listening, don't be.
Oh no, I
fooled.
mean 20.
We
I mean,
put
I've
a
got,
lot of time into
what
this.
I meant to say is I've got
Scripted.
20 lined up at all times. I haven't.
I have a working list, an organically evolving list.
It's very
that I work
unusual.
from.
So do
I
I.
don't say to Liz, what could my hate be this week?
And
That is
believe me,
usually
it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is usually a conversation I have with Ali like an hour or so before the
Yeah.
show. But usually I have a list, and then I look back at the list and I'm like, this is all garbage. I don't know why I wrote any of this down. Like, I want one day, because I've still got the list, and it's like years old. One day, maybe we should do a feature episode where I just go through, maybe we all can, and just list off what didn't make the cut.
Rejected
because
hates.
They are bad. Some of them are bad. They're just not talking points at all.
But that's kind of a healing process. If you can look at that and go, that annoyed me, but it wasn't worth talking about.
Yeah.
True, and I'm over
Let
it.
it go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go on.
So-
go on,
Sorry,
Nick. Come on.
that was just a thought that popped into my head.
What's your hate? Come on.
I hate that I think I have to leave sausage rolls.
Oh my
have to-
good
Oh no!
God!
I think it's
No!
it's happening.
No!
I know. Like, it sounds like
Oh,
heresy.
God.
And at this point, it's become such a central part of my identity that I don't even know whether I can. And that what will I even be after I do this? I don't know.
What's brought you to this?
So, without getting into too many personal details, it turns out that my parents have both got extremely high blood
Oh
pressure
God!
in their later years. And due to being their son, that is to say, they mixed their DNA to create me, and they have both separately come from other families, and they both have high blood pressure, separate of each other. Probably means I'm quite likely to have it when I'm a bit older. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense to keep consuming pastry pork goods on a near daily basis. I'm just saying, okay?
And yet. Now,
And yet.
Yeah.
okay, no, wait. Let's put a pin in that, Nick.
Yes.
I mean, we record a lot of these episodes. You're in a slightly different location to where you normally record. Where is the nearest food to where you are now? Because normally you can like reach out and there's a tube of Pringles or a sausage roll or something.
Normally.
normally,
I don't know if there's ever been just a sausage roll, like, just there.
it's normally
Like,
just
I wish
resting
it had
next
been.
to you.
Just like a paperweight on top of some important documents. Right now, I'm basically in the kitchen, so the fridge is like 4 feet away, and there are sausage rolls in there right now
Nice.
because I've made this decision post the most recent shipment, and the shipments tend to last between 4 to 6 months. No, I'm joking.
But do you feel, again, as you said, without willing to reveal too much personal details or whatever, do you not feel that with some of the other, shall we say, ongoing concerns regarding, your health and
Yes,
this
I'll go into my health. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. Okay, so
Yeah.
given the all this that's
All
going
this-
on,
This whole fucking shit show.
do you not feel that like this salted pork, battered, pastried good, the blandest beige of foods? Do you not feel that's like a beacon of joy? Does your body
Yeah.
not need that? Can you buck
This is-
the trend?
That's exactly how I feel, John. this was the one thing I had. This is the one thing I could have. I thought, despite the fact that when I did actually look really closely at the nutritional information, you have those 4 little colours,
Nutritional.
and they're meant to be green,
everything-
yellow, or red.
It's everything on the. It's like most sausage rolls legally have to print nutritional information, but it's every word in inverted.
Nutritional.
Yeah,
I bet the
Pork.
sausage roll people are mildly embarrassed to have to put that on the back, aren't they?
yeah. Pork adjacent.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
It's got pork, but you can see it from here.
It was once placed in the shadow of a pig.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I thought this was, I have enough internal digestion issues, and I still felt pretty healthy despite my sausage roll regularity. I go for runs. I'm not getting out of breath. I'm not putting on weight. All the rest of the food I eat is pretty healthy, which was my thinking. Oh, there's an offset. I can have
Banks it
that.
out, yeah.
Yeah, my sausage roll credits.
Yeah.
I have X number of sausage roll credits in my life. But I just don't know whether like God cares anymore.
Are you suggesting that sausage roll credits might not be a thing? Because
I am
that is
actually
sacrilege.
thinking-
That is sacrilege.
Now I'm thinking that, yes. Can you believe it? Can you believe
no,
this is where
I
we've
won't.
got to?
I simply won't have it.
I mean,
Surely-
I think I should be very clear here that I'm probably not just going to give them up forever,
Yeah.
like entirely. But maybe the regular ones that I had in the fridge that I would just snack on every now and then, I think they might have to go.
Can we let's talk numbers? Okay.
This could put you off forever. This conversation potentially.
On an average week, how many pork rolls, sausage rolls, perhaps, as some people call them, how many of those might be consumed? And I'm not counting meals here.
No,
we're
'cause
talking.
they're not.
We're talking meal adjacent.
Well, I'd buy 2 packs of 6 a week. But they are half sized. So it doesn't count as a full 12, I think. I think it works. I think it works out at 6. Can it work out at 6?
Oh God!
Maybe.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it's really not that bad.
Oh, sweet child. So
I honestly,
worse than I
thing is,
thought.
I'm not suggesting that my diet's good because it isn't. But
No.
I physically don't think I can eat 12 sausage rolls. In a week.
Wait. So, when do you do your big shop?
typically Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, so we're talking like from Monday, you come home, and you've got 12.
Half size.
12 individually portioned. Oh, God's sake. You've got 12 individually portioned sausage rolls.
Yep.
And there are 7 days in a week.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, that is, you don't need to be a mathematician to realise that's more than one a day.
So let's talk through this. Are you even like across the threshold of your house before that first one goes in, or
What, from the shop?
yeah?
Well, you got to have one for the road, haven't you?
Sure.
Oh, gotta have one for the road. Yeah.
One for the road gets you home, sees you through the door. I don't like them cold, so
No,
I have to
agree
like
with that, definitely.
yeah, I have to give them a little bake in the oven
Of course, yeah.
to make them nice and crispy, puffy, flaky pastry.
Oh, God, can you microwave them?
You can if your microwave has an oven
It
function.
just goes soggy.
But
If you put it in the microwave, it just goes
Oh,
just
of
microwave
course,
it,
yeah. No,
just
you got to have
goes
standards, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not.
No,
be
but
silly.
but like of a day. What's like a key time in the day? What's like peak sausage o'clock? When
It's
when's that-
almost always a breakfast, like a late breakfast, like a mid-morning, 10
11's
o'clock,
is.
10:30, maybe
Wait,
11's is.
Wait,
yeah.
sorry, so no, wait. I have to clarify.
Okay.
Actual breakfast or like Hobbit breakfast, which is like the second.
What
breakfast
about
of the
second
day?
breakfast?
I don't have first breakfast. I don't tend to eat anything first thing in the
Oh,
morning.
okay.
So it's my only breakfast, and it's probably sort of
It's
10ish,
a sausage roll.
Yeah.
and it's a sausage roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
But it
okay.
was.
Okay, so
I'm gonna cry, I think.
so sausage roll for breakfast. Where's that second sausage roll in the day?
Well, I would have them both at the same time. I would have two at a time.
Okay.
Typically, because here's the thing: they're half size.
They're half size,
Like I
so,
think
yeah.
I think I did mention
That is much
So-
better. But I don't think
How is much
what's the
better?
full? Is it a large, full-sized one, or
So-
what's the size of a normal one, relatively?
Well, obviously you're not familiar with the sausage.
no,
roll
not really.
metrics, which
My
is-
No, incredibly.
My only
It's a bit weird.
knowledge of sausage rolls is the party-sized ones, the mini ones.
Oh, they're pathetic. I
Yeah,
bet
but like an inch long.
But that's what I
or
mean.
whatever.
Because
Yeah.
I went to
That's like a sweet.
I went to a coffee shop. That's the pudding. You have sausage roll, and then you have one of them for pudding. Yeah.
No, it's like a cherry on
Yeah.
top. I put a little one on
Sure.
top of a sausage
Sure.
roll. Yeah.
And I had a sausage roll, which I would consider like a gourmet sausage roll, and that was quite big.
Sure.
But is that what we're
Yeah,
talking?
those are good.
Because that was fucking big, the one I had earlier.
I think that's probably we're into oversized sausage roll territory.
Okay.
So I would argue the average sausage roll size of a single sausage roll is the Greg's. I like to call it the Greg's
Good
medium.
God.
That's one, right?
Wait, how
That's-
many?
So that's like
That's probably about 20 centimeters
That's like a
long.
10, 12 inch sort of.
No,
not
not
inch,
10 inch.
no.
10, 15, 20 centimeters.
that's a
long.
foot long.
Yeah, I've never had a foot long sausage
Foot-long
roll.
Sausage roll.
I mean, that sounds incredible.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Pardon the Foley. Okay,
I don't have a ruler nearby.
This is. You just hear John rattling around.
I wasn't expecting to have to justify this so deeply.
No.
Otherwise, I'd have been more prepared.
It's an intervention.
obviously, but-
Okay, so wait.
Yeah, it is an intervention.
Okay, so centimeters.
Yeah, 15 to 20, I'd say. What's that?
That's 20 centimeters. There.
Oh, it's not that long. No, probably
It's
15
important,
then.
listeners, to have your rulers out at this point.
Okay, 15 centimeters.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
You're saying,
probably about
you're
right.
saying that's a conventional.
Single Greg sausage
But
roll.
these,
So
but
that's
these,
like
are, these are
six
half. These
inches.
are half-sized. The ones Nick's having.
So I'm having half of that, so that would be
but he's
what?
having. He's
3
having.
inches.
He's having. He's
But
having
I'm-
two of them.
but
so-
I-
So
I am
you're
having
saying
two of
you're saying that is the length. 3 inches. That's the length of the half-size sausage
that's
roll.
big, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
I think
pretty
so.
Big.
That seems about right.
The length of my index finger.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I don't know about your index finger, but looking at mine, I'd say yeah.
Okay,
that's about
seems barely worth the effort, to be honest. I mean,
Thing is,
right. Well, I have two though.
yeah, two. So I don't know why we were even half in that. We just needed the size of a normal one.
Well, no, because they're half size.
But you eat two of them.
Yeah. But they are. I only have two half size. It's not like I'm a monster and I'm having two whole sausage rolls.
It's
every
like,
day.
It's like me buying a Kit Kat. It's like me
Exactly,
buying a Kit Kat bar, snap it in half, and then eating them both, and then going, I only have half of it.
No, it's not like that because they don't sell them as half size.
Yeah.
If they sold them
like
as
that,
half size
though,
Kit Kats, then it would be like that.
Is
But yeah.
your diet, going back to the long-term health repercussions, is your diet good outside of sausage rolls?
Well, this is where the sausage credits aspect comes in.
I'm wondering how feasible it is to continue this sausage fest.
Yeah. Okay, so that's breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's lunch? What's a typical lunch in the Angel?
Typical lunch, probably a bagel.
Okay.
What's
That's quite heavy.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Yeah.
What's on that bagel?
Typically, you got your lettuce, you got your tomato, you got a bit of cheese, and you've got maybe a cured meat of some kind.
Oh, okay. That's a bit green. That's something.
Little bit there.
Green.
Yeah. Bit of green is another colour.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How many, because you've got to offset, there's a lot of different food groups. You've got to offset, your beige meat tubes from Greg's. How many, Pringles on a daily basis kind of, factor in?
A sprinkling. I don't buy Pringles every week. Buy Pringles every week.
No, but when you buy them.
But when
you buy them.
God. When I buy them, yeah. I could probably demolish a tube in a day, probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's just,
that's irrelevant, yeah.
We couldn't mix that into the equation. Don't bring that in. There's no sense in bringing that in.
I don't think any high degree of salt can give you high blood pressure anyway, so
no,
I'm
exactly.
sure it's fine.
No, I don't think there's been any correlation between those two things.
I don't think science has got there yet.
No, never has. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good idea to cut down on sausage rolls.
I mean,
it might be.
I kind of want to say to you, I'm sure there's no two factors here. Okay,
you don't have to.
In my right hand, I hold, family base high blood pressure. On the other hand, I hold you buying 2 6-packs of sausage rolls a week.
Half size.
These are two problems. I feel they're currently unconnected.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a way of seeing it.
And I want to say on the one hand, don't worry about the high blood pressure. Don't worry about that.
Future Nick worry about that.
That's a problem for future
Let that
Nick.
guy worry about it.
Okay. I like this side of it. I hope this doesn't go anywhere.
No, it's not going to. No, how would it? No. Now the other problem
I hope
is
there aren't two sides to this story.
The other problem, I feel, a more immediate problem is more of it's not a health problem. Let's just take health out of the equation. It's not. It's not about health. It's about your future on this podcast. And
is this how we're going to get him? Is it we're going to threaten to throw him off the podcast if he doesn't cut down on sausage rolls?
And you buying 2 6-packs of sausage rolls a week?
I can't say half size enough times, but I am going to say it again.
I just feel like that's a bridge too far.
Sure,
it's like it's for buying of 2.
So
12 sausage rolls a week, I feel, is...
If it was 1 pack a week...
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
I
don't think I could eat let's call it one sausage roll a day. I don't think I could do that.
No,
I don't think so. I think in previous years, I feel like I probably
you'd be
probably
surprised.
have done that and probably did as a student and the years after.
Sure.
But now, I don't really eat breakfast or lunch these days, which is not the way to do things, really.
That's not good. That's not good.
But
okay,
I eat lunch now and then. Anyway, I don't physically think I could eat a whole sausage roll every day.
Half size.
No, but if you double up half size, as Nick does, that's a whole one.
What I've got to ask, what do you do on that magical 7th day?
And on the 7th day, he did rest.
It's a really sad day.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's rough.
It's a gloomy one, if I'm honest. Yeah, it starts bad and it gets worse.
What's your alternate breakfast on the one day of the week where there are no sausage rolls in the house?
I tend to just not have anything.
Yeah.
Really? Because you'd prefer to
don't-
die than...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't
Just
I
leave
don't
me.
always.
Just leave me.
I feel like for the purposes of absolute truth, I don't always have 2 a day. If I'm totally
Okay,
honest.
sometimes, yeah.
Good, because
yeah.
that was
Sometimes
crazy.
I have 3. No.
Yeah. Have you ever eaten all 12 in one day? Okay.
No.
That's
No,
good.
Even I couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
How many have you eaten in a day?
I bet it's a lot.
Probably 4.
Oh, that's
half
that's,
size.
Half
so
size.
2.
Yeah.
So 2
That's,
full.
I was
full
expecting
size.
it to be higher than that. That's okay.
Yeah. So that's probably the most, but I don't know why that would have happened.
I don't know. I don't know how I allowed that to happen.
I mean, I'm not saying...
Something went
I'm not-
wrong.
I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way to eat. I'm not saying that. I'm
Sure.
more kind of celebrating the fact that we're all very different people.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything worse than starting the day with a warm sausage roll. That's just me. That's just me talking.
That's
It's
just-
no,
that's just
no
you,
judgment. That's just me.
No, of course.
I feel quite heavy, I think, for the rest of the day. But,
Yeah, well,
that's not the same for... As John says, that's not the same for everyone.
So just to run this back. So Nick, you're having two sausage rolls
Half
good
size.
day.
on
Half
a good
size.
day. Half size.
half size.
I'm having a bowl of Weetabix and bran flakes
Yeah.
with
see.
oat milk.
Okay.
And Chris, the beigest of the food, you know. And Chris Ray, you're having nothing.
Well,
Nothing.
because relatively recently, Liz and I started doing no carbs. Which we're not quite doing now. We're sort of low carbs rather than no carbs. But
Kind of no carbs. You know.
so, sort of no carbs, except when I have carbs.
Except when I want to.
It is pretty much except when I want to. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, I sometimes... No, I don't even do that anymore. No, just don't have breakfast.
Yeah, just nothing. Yeah.
I have nothing. Then I go for a walk, and then I have a sick tea. Like a
sick
go-
tea.
sick
Just
tea
go
at
hog
5-ish.
wild,
I had a
yeah.
massive curry for dinner, for example.
Nice.
So I just go to town at dinner time. That's healthy, right?
Go all in it.
I don't know. Like I'm laughing, like I'm having a good time, and yet I also feel like harrowed in a way. Like I feel like I've learned something about all of us,
Yeah.
and it's not
Well,
necessarily
but
good.
John will remember my old diet, which was horrendous.
I do.
When I just used to...
mean,
everything was swimming in vinegar.
Despite the therapy.
Really?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't have vinegar on anything now. Because I
Oh yeah.
But you used to have it on every.
literally...
Oh, he did.
Literally
No, he
everything.
did.
Pasta, chicken, anything.
I used to.
And that was-
I used to live
You
with
like
him.
the flavour, I
Yeah,
guess.
No, he did.
My insides were perfectly smooth for about 5 years.
like a porcelain slip and slide.
Imagine that scene in The Matrix when the mirror goes down his throat. It was like that.
Oh, it was like that. Yeah.
But no, I mean we used to live together, Chris Ray, in the House of Trouser once upon a time, and we had 2 second-hand sofas which we'd inherited. One was kind of like leather, and the other was kind of like
we inherited from a dog.
indeed.
It was a dog. It was a dog.
dog
It was a
owned the
dog
sofa.
sofa before we had it.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Jesus, yeah, that was too. It was too good for the dog, and the other was like a red, kind of red sofa with a footstool.
Yeah, it used to be red.
And of the evening, when all 4 of us were kind of cooking and vying for oven space, Chris Ray would come into the lounge. He would slap this plate down onto the footstool, and it was like some kind of breaded chicken,
Yeah.
some potatoes.
Usually, yeah.
I think you had some spinach because you were being healthy.
No, it wasn't. No,
And
it
the whole
wasn't.
thing-
Actually, it was mint sauce usually.
It was and then the whole thing
It's
was
like Popeye.
swimming in
It's
gravy.
like Popeye.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, it was swimming in gravy,
Yeah.
and this is a shallow plate, so we're talking right up to the rim, and he'd slap it down on the footstool, and there'd be like a kind of tidal swell of like gravy, a little bit off the edge, and he had an industrial bucket of vinegar next to him, like the kind, like what restaurants would have of
Where
table
did you get
vinegar,
that from?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I must have picked it up somewhere.
and
Yeah,
like
must have, like, on the road.
It was like a
Like a-
gasoline can.
yeah, it looked
full
like
of vinegar.
like an arsonist trying to like destroy the town hall. He would like literally just like swig it on. it wasn't just that it was vinegar. It's the fact that you were sloshing vinegar from your petrol canister onto a bed of gravy with like a little island of mint sauce.
It's a lot of liquid.
It's a lot of liquid.
It was a lot of smelly liquid as well.
You didn't even chew.
Yeah. No, it was.
No, we didn't have to at that
Mercifully,
point.
I now eat vegetables and don't have vinegar on anything or any of that.
You've come along. We've all come a long way.
I mean,
We've all
eventually you have to. To be fair.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be dead.
But this is this is where we come down to the main crux of my issue, is that you said that eventually we have to. But I was feeling no side effects of this, all right? So whether or not my sausage credit system was correct
Could
or
be.
not, probably not, or that I'm building up some horrendous like backlog of issues that have yet to show their head, or I am invincible and I can take.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, but maybe there are no side effects
Thing is, I think a doctor
to sausage rolls.
to you. Like maybe you're fine.
A doctor might say to you, if anything, you're not having enough sausage rolls per day. Possibly.
Wow. I need to find that doctor fast.
When you
how many sausage rolls are you having per day? I'm having 2 half-size ones. Good
2 half size.
God, man, you need more sausage rolls. Nurse, get this man more sausage
How many-
rolls. Stat.
And you mentioned, young Nick, that your friends Chris and John, you have a podcast with them. How many sausage rolls do they have a day? Oh, they have none.
What? How are they still walking around?
I love the idea. They're like, get this man a sausage roll. We're all out, doctor. Good God, get him an onion and cheese slice. When you, in the before times, if you ever went to like a really gourmet, I don't know, like a wedding or something where they got proper kind of catering,
Oh, yes.
they'd bring out like a little hors d'oeuvre, and it was like a classy hot dog, a classy sausage roll where the ratio is all wrong. It's like 3 inches across, just a disc of meat with like a wafer,
tiny
thin.
flaky
I think
pastry
it
around
depends, 'cause
the
the
edge.
best. I may have mentioned this before. The best sausage roll I've had was at Bristol Rovers Football Club on a Tuesday night watching Gillingham. It was amazing.
That seems like a lie.
So it was
Like,
not. I promise you, on top of anything I hold dear, that it was incredible.
Yes, who has the problem? Because I can't remember when my best sausage roll was.
Wow.
So
Because there's so many.
oh yeah,
I think that
Possibly different.
I think that's more a volume problem, isn't it?
yeah, that might be true. Yeah,
Or is the problem that every single one of those sausage rolls
It's the best.
is such a gift from God. It's so
The
perfect.
best one is
think
always
it
the
might
next one,
be.
isn't it? That's the problem.
this is it. Like when you mentioned weddings, my first thought was, oh, what a rich vein. Like for sausage rolls, weddings are incredible because people always put them on the buffet, and then for everyone
Ironically.
else, but for everyone else, it's just like, oh yeah, sausage rolls, whatever. You just put them there. But for me, it's like, fuck me. This is a chance. This is a chance for me to have as many as I want, and no one's gonna know.
Definitely.
No one's gonna care because no one goes for
at a
them.
wedding.
No.
Yeah, and even if like you said to one of the waiters, "Oh, lol, I quite like sausage rolls. Why don't you give me the whole tray?" Everyone would laugh and go, "Oh, Nick, he's so funny. He's so witty."
And then you're
what a
literally
funny
sitting
guy.
in the corner just chowing down.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not laughing though.
Yeah.
Like I'm
He's
very serious.
He's not chewing either.
Where'd
just
where do you get that guttering from?
I'm actually, while we're talking, I'm actually looking up if we've got sausage rolls at our wedding because I'm concerned now.
Yeah, you
like-
should be concerned
It's like those hot dog eating.
because this might be my only chance if I've quit them.
Yeah, God knows when we'll next have a big wedding. If we,
Yeah.
it's like those hot dog eating contests where they water down.
Yeah,
They soak
dip them in a glass of water.
Oh,
I mean, I know they're not in this to enjoy those hot dogs, but I feel like that is sacrilege. I do. I don't like that.
No.
Yes?
No.
No?
There are no sausage rolls.
God damn it! Ah,
Not even the canapes are sausage rolls.
wait, but it's on a Saturday, right?
Yes.
So if Nick restrains himself, he's going to have at least like 4.
Oh yeah. Well,
sausage
he'll have time
rolls
to have
left
some
at
for
that point.
brunch. Yeah.
no, because I'm going to have quit, guys.
yeah,
This is what
that's
this
right.
whole hate is
That's
all
right.
about. I'm quitting. I'm going cold sausage. I'm going cold
Going-
porky.
Oh God.
Are you gonna go out in style? Is the
Yeah, I
question.
think you should.
Well, as I say, I have the current shipment in the house.
You gotta light a candle.
Like, maybe I'll take suggestions now, but what's better? Do you think? Do you think I have another week
You
of
might
my
as well.
somewhat semi-regular,
well.
They're in the house.
or do I gorge myself and go for one day of glory?
Well, the thing is, your body has proven its ability to survive this on its current kind of intake. My worry is that if you go out, if you James kind of Dean it, I worry that
What a way to go.
might
What a
kill
way
you.
to go.
I worry that the general quality of the podcast may suffer. So, from a commercial point of view, and as your business partner, friend, colleague, think of a company. Please portion them out. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. If the quality of the podcast, particularly from my perspective, decreases after this cold Porky, what then?
Well, you're going to be a very different person, presumably, when we next meet to record.
I'll tell you what. I'll update you. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a hate.
You might as well.
I'm here as well. I hate big money YouTubers.
Uh-oh. This seems like it's going to
okay.
be more serious in its themes.
Well, there you go. No, I'm putting it out there. I hate content I don't watch from YouTube subscribers. YouTube creators I don't subscribe to, whose entire shtick is like, oh, what a lot of money I've got. It just makes me. I hate it. I genuinely hate it. There's like, oh, that's a comedy hate, and then there's like, no, that's a genuine hate. Not a fan.
I agree, and I don't really understand why they think it's a good idea. Like, pretty even rich people know that it's pretty vulgar to go, look how rich I am, look how much money I've got, look at, they might have the nice stuff, but the whole point of being rich in a way is to show it off in a way that means you don't have to say that you're rich. It's like, I pull up in a Ferrari, everyone knows, I flash my Breitling watch, everyone knows, but you don't ever say it because that's kind
crass.
of pathetic.
It's crass, indeed.
Yeah, that's good.
So there is a YouTuber called Mr. Beast.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I was going to mention him.
I'm sure that's not his given name,
No,
but
it is.
I
think I'll call him Mister.
Mr. Beast.
I've never watched a video.
I've never heard
his.
of him.
I have watched a video of his.
Well, Nick will be the good counterbalance then, because all I see are his thumbnails. All I see, right, are his video titles, and they are always about money. I do not know what this guy's shtick is, but every video is like, okay, so it might be something like, I bought a house for all my subscribers, or I gave away random free cars. Like he's just kind of running down a road and going to a pedestrian.
You get a car.
You get a car. Here's a car. Give him the keys. Or he's like, and one is like, and all this awful kind of Photoshop thumbnails where it's like him and a wad of cash. It's like, we played tag, but every time you got caught, you had to give someone £15,000. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? This is
The problem is that's him thinking he's being virtuous. That's his interpretation of, oh, this makes me look like a really good guy that I think that I am. It's that I give away cars and I do this, that, and the other with my wealth. Whereas in fact, it just makes him look like a prick.
Yes.
Well, Nick,
I was going to say, like, the one Mr. Beast video I've watched is one where I think it's something like his billionth subscriber or something. It can't have been his millionth. Maybe it's his 100 millionth. I don't know what it is. I don't know how many subscribers he has. But basically, he finds out who it is and he gives him 40 cars. Which is such a weird thing to do. And on the very, very surface, most primary school level, you're like, whoa, 40 cars. But then the very next thought is, what the fuck am I going to do with 40
that sounds like
cars?
a lot of upkeep.
Yeah, but then it quickly develops, watching the video, because I was fascinated by it, that he's not really giving him 40 cars. He's giving him 40 cars and a time limit of 24 hours to get rid of all the cars by giving them to people he knows. So the challenge is this perfect stranger, and I honestly do think it is a stranger from watching the video. This guy is on his Wednesday. He had all sorts of plans. He was going to have his sausage rolls in the morning, but all that's gone to
Had
shit.
to appear in
Mr.
court.
Beast half-sized. Mr. Beast has shown up on his doorstep with 40 bunches of keys and said, "You have 24 hours to shift all of these cars, and if you do, you'll get this Tesla."
Yeah. Thing is, I feel like if someone came up to me and said that, I'd be like, "Oh, no, thank you," and I'd just carry on.
Be quiet, you awful man.
No, thank you. I'm actually quite busy.
So not only is it not especially generous, but it also is like a job. I don't want to do that.
And also, I get that it's like the point of these videos is to be entertaining. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're spending $10 million on an episode or $10. It does not matter. Is it entertaining? Does it give you like half an hour of entertainment? I do not know. I'm not here to answer that question. I just feel like...
But that feels like a lot of wasted money for the sake of half an hour of entertainment. I mean, Marvel spend that amount of money on entertainment, but at least I get something out of it.
Yeah, and I don't know what the central gimmick of Mr. Beast is. I don't even know what is...
Neither do I.
I've honestly never heard of this chap, but I think I've got a handle on roughly what his channel's about.
But it's like, I paid my mate 50 grand to be, I don't know, buried in a portaloo. I don't know, or something like that, And it's like, okay, well, I would like 50 grand. I could do a lot with 50 grand. Does that make me your kind of money slave? I don't know.
But genuinely, if someone you didn't know, genuinely, I'm not arsing around now, to a degree. If someone came up to you and said, hi, how are you? I'll give you 50 grand if I can bury you alive. I'd say, what the fuck are you talking about? Get out of my face, you absolute maniac. What self-respecting person would just say, yeah, all right then.
Yeah, no, I'll do it, yeah.
That's madness. For someone you don't know. Oh, yeah, you can bury me alive, 50 grand. Sure, why not? Yeah. My life insurance is worth more than that.
Sorry, Mr. Nicholas Angel had a point he was trying to make there.
Go on.
All I was going to say is that I think like Chris's point about he thinks he's being really generous is really, really good, because he isn't, because of how he behaves with money makes him look so like inconsiderate about people who have little, I think. Yeah. And I think rather than coming across as someone who's giving a lot away, what he's doing is like you said, John, he's just being gross. It's like, it's this disgusting way of flexing. That's really all it is. It's very clear that it's actually selfish and that he wants to show off how much money he's got. He's got so much money that he can afford to give
it's more sort of, oh, look what I can make all these people do with all my
kind
money.
Of, yeah. I think so. I think
sort of what it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an episode of Extreme Makeover Home Edition?
Extreme Makeover :
I need one of those.
Yes, sign me up, Jesus. No, Extreme Makeover was a show where people got
that.
Plastic surgery.
Oh, no, I haven't heard of that.
Extreme Makeover : Home Edition was like one of those home renovation projects.
Yeah.
It would always be like
changing rooms.
This family's they've had a really hard time
it's
lately.
DIY SOS.
But the American version of DIY SOS, where it's not like, Deborah's a single mom raising 3 kids, it's like, Hank, has had a bad year, or I don't know, his tech startup went under and he's really struggling. And then this company kind of, the show kind of sweeps in, like the circus comes to town. And they're like, "Hey guys, we're the Extreme Makeover team." And everyone goes like, "Yeah!" And losing their fucking mind. And like the guy just comes off the bus, like swinging his dick and just like throwing money everywhere. And he's like, "We're gonna put you up in a hotel at Disneyland for a week while we renovate your house." And they're like, "Yay!" And then
I feel like I would be like, "Oh, no, thank you."
No, thank you, sir.
But no, you don't get a say. You get flown off to Disneyland for a week. And then literally, because it's America, they bulldoze your house and they just build an entirely new house. I've seen these episodes. I was so angry. They build this entirely new house, and it's not like, oh, you know, how big's your family? I don't know. Well, it's me and my wife, and we've got 2 kids. So you need like 28 rooms, right? Well, no, but okay. So they build like this, like a mansion. It is a mansion, right? And then they bring him in, and the whole town is there to watch and cheer. And they go, "Let's see your new house." And they literally like they've parked a truck in front of it, so you can't see the house. And then the truck drives away, and then you get the big reveal of the house, and they go, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" And then they give them the tour of the house, and then they're like, and then they've also done something very special for everyone. Sure. So they're like, "Now, Hank, you said on question 8 of your, you know, kind of contestant questionnaire when we were interviewing you, you said you quite enjoyed flying. Is that true?" It's like, "Yeah, I think I said that. I can't really remember." Yeah. You go, now you mentioned in an offhand comment,
we've really jumped on this.
We know that you love flying.
We know that you don't have a pilot's license.
Goes,
I wouldn't say love.
So,
I get quite sick.
So that's why we've bought you
oh no.
a plane.
Yeah.
And like literally there is a plane like on his driveway.
As if the house wasn't enough, that they've built a whole new house on the plot. They're then like, "And look at this, we got you a plane."
And now this man owns a plane. And you're like, thank you.
What do I say to that? Yeah.
And I'm like...
But this is what their reactions are always like, because it's like, how do you process something like that happening? At this point, it's not about whether it's something you want or something you even like. Like, you're just being assaulted with money.
Yes. And to say anything other than thank you makes you a
monster
person. Yeah, it makes you a monster. Yeah.
I feel like to the untrained ear, this is coming across as petty jealousy, which of course it is.
It is, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But equally, it's too much money.
It's ostentatious. I'm like,
yeah, that's it.
Because I'm like, because clearly my brain doesn't want me to be happy. I'm like, oh great, you've built them a mansion. How are you going to clean it?
Does sound like a
nightmare.
It's
colossal, and how are you going to insure it? Surely, like God knows it costs enough to. We all have mortgages. Also, Jesus.
Also, like, buying and choosing a house is quite a personal thing. Like, you pick a house that you want and that you like and that you've got ideas for and you like the layout of and the interior design of. What is the guarantee that the people who built this mansion have built anything like something you'd like?
Yeah.
You know?
Especially if it's gaudy. Which it probably is.
The floors are all mosaics of naked Roman people fucking. It's like, oh, great. Cool.
How do you know?
And they're like, now, Barbara, now your kids said they really enjoy going to the theme park. And we're like, did they?
Barbara's just like, oh, no. Shit. Before they've even announced it.
That's why we've removed all the stairs in your house with slip and slides.
Yeah.
What do you think, Barbara?
Thanks I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's just gross.
We caught a few minutes of a YouTube video, which again, it was so clickbait. We've ended up watching a few videos about people who review airlines. Okay, this is weird. This is what living in the 21st century is like. Okay, we just watch this shit.
Brilliant.
You know, and some of these videos are entertaining. People who regularly make long distance flights and they have opinions where they go like, oh yes, this airline is incredible, you know, best food, whatever. And then because of that, YouTube's like, oh, you like that, do you? We're going to give you recommended videos. And we've got this video is like, I flew on the most expensive flight in the world. You know, that's the gimmick.
Yeah.
And we watched this video, and it was... I got a few minutes in. It's like, is it insufferable? Absolutely insufferable. Because it's about money, right? It's about, like, this is a £50,000 dollar flight, whatever. You live in the absolute lap of luxury. And the host, I hated him from the moment he walked on. Because he's like, I'm wearing a tux because this is very exclusive. You know, and I'm like, okay, fine. It's a gimmick. I would maybe do the same. I do not know. Okay. So he's like, and of course, you get a whole dinner before you board the plane. And he sits down, and this waitress comes over and goes, "Hello, sir. Here's your starter. It's a soup made of anchovies and hand-grown butternut squashes."
Children's tears.
And he goes, "Oh, thank you." And then he like lifts a spoon to his lips and goes, "That's very nice." And then the next course comes in, and it's like, "And here we have, sir, it's an artisanal burger." And he goes, "Oh, thank you." Chomp. "That's a very good burger." And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? What the fuck am I watching? Like, just this kind of gurning idiot going, like, "I can't believe how much this flight cost." And he goes, "This is very nice. That's very expensive. Oh, what a... Thank you, yes. Oh, I will have some champagne, thank you." What the fuck am I watching?
There's definitely a ceiling here, isn't there? Because, like, if you spend £2 on a burger, it's probably going to be shit. If you spend £6 to £8 on a burger, it's probably going to be pretty good. If you spend £15 on a burger, we're at the top end of probably what a burger can do. But if you spend £100 on a burger, I don't think it's going to be much better than the £15 burger.
Your human taste buds can only appreciate so much joy. Like, look, I have. This is a true story. I've purchased a £2 mixed grill in Droitwich, and
But that
blast.
ultimately sustained you for the period of time. Oh, Liz is home. The dog's barking. That ultimately sustained you for the period of time you required.
yes, I feel I got £2 worth of joy from that mixed grill.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's all you expected.
That's all I needed. You know, I'm just.
But the proof is, you know, when he gets this 3-course meal with a gourmet artisanal burger, you know, made by the greatest chef in the airport, all he can say is, "That's a nice burger." I mean, it's,
but what do you,
like,
the viewer get out of that?
Exactly. What are we as viewers learning about this burger and this experience he's having? We're learning nothing.
Nothing. And if he was an engaging host, if he was funny, witty, charming, I could forgive it all because I enjoyed his company. He was just an empty space of a person. Like, just a husk of a man. You know, it's like, I flew on a $50,000 flight, you know. "Hello, sir, here's your seat. Thank you. Would you like some complimentary champagne?" Yeah. Yes, I would.
Yeah, great.
That's very... Oh, sip. Oh, that's very nice champagne.
That is a nice champagne that I am consuming.
The thing is, I'm sure it is. And that's fine.
I'm sure it's
good
great.
For you, but I don't need to hear about it.
I don't need to see you, this kind of cushion of a man, just kind of...
Mind you, if you've got that much money, you don't really need to waste time on a personality, do you?
No.
I guess not.
But it just kind of shows that, like, being incredibly flash with your money is not the same as being a compelling human being. Like,
and ultimately, they will realise that on their deathbeds.
Somebody will. You gotta hope. I mean, what do I know? I'm an idiot. Like, he's got, 10 million views on his weird little video. I'm a nobody, but it's just like, oh god. I'm not saying we all go live in fields. It's nice to have money. It's great to have money. It's nice to have a home and a roof over your head. These things are great. I just like...
This is money for the sake of money, though, isn't it? It's like, at the end of the day, I want the amount of money to have like a certain quality of life. I want a house that I can live in with my wife, and I want to have enough sausage rolls to last a week. And I no more, half size, of course. But there's no need for any more than that. Like, I don't want money for money's sake. I want money because I want, a basic, somewhat slightly more than basic quality of life. That's what I'm looking for. And this is just excess for the sake of excess. Like, it doesn't serve any purpose. Like we said about the burger, there's no greater gain to be had by spending this large amount of money. That's the one thing we've learned from this personality vacuum of a man. Because if there was, he would be overflowing with emotion and telling us about how incredible this experience was that we can't even begin to imagine. But he wasn't, because there isn't anything. Partly because he's nothing, and partly because it's nothing. It's just stuff that costs more.
Ooh. Oh, it's John from the future. But also kind of like the past, because this is... Wait, no. future John from the time the episode was recorded, past John from the point at which you are listening to it. Yes. Hi. Anyway, it's John, and what's this? He's breaking up the flow of the episode. That's unusual. Yeah. So this is kind of like a new thing, or I think also I maybe did it once or twice in some very early episodes, and then stopped doing it, partly because it was kind of like too much work. But hey, here I am. So hey, this is a bold new era for a show called Hate. And I just wanted to do a bit of housekeeping, since we've got you here as like a kind of captive audience. This is maybe going to be a bit of a thing now, just going to be taking as it comes. Because, in case you maybe weren't aware, in addition to a show called Hate, Nich and I are part of Big Punch Studios. We're a small team. We make podcasts, comics, and games. We do all kinds of stuff. And also Rayman, he's there, kind of nearby, helping. And we just wanted to kind of say a few things about what we do. And especially given that I think if the stats are correct, we've recently gained some new listeners. I think this could have perhaps come from the amazing animations that Harry, aka Deep Blue Ink, did over on YouTube, which I think you may have seen. We had Porkbox and we had My Landlord is a Ghoul. So hello and welcome. It's kind of amazing to have you on board, and we really hope you're enjoying the nonsense we do. I mean, we've been kind of plugging away at a show called Hate for a few years now. We took a massive gap quite early on because I got married and then ran away for a bit, and Nick also got married and ran away for a bit, and we had various honeymoons and stuff, and we moved house, and so there was this big gap in the middle of it. But I really feel like we've kind of come back stronger. I really feel we've hit a stride. I mean, maybe this is like what happens to any podcast after a while. Like the moment you hit 70 episodes, you're kind of in it for the long haul now. So we honestly, we have a great time recording. It's been a real light in the darkness of the last year and lockdown and everything, and we hope you enjoy listening. So welcome. We're very glad to have you on board. I would say that we have a great little Facebook community on our Facebook group. Please come on over, get involved. If you want to have a gripe about anything, have a chat. It's really quite a friendly and nice little group, despite all the hatred words in the title. We're the loving side of hate, really. We're giving hate, we're rebranding hate and making it lovable. Also wanted to say, and this is the kind of shameless sellout bit, if you are enjoying the show, or have been enjoying the show, these past few years, we do actually have a Patreon. And we've, as Big Punch Studios, we've tried a few different approaches to Patreon over the years. We've given out, big rewards, small rewards, some as big as your head. We tried all kinds of things. And what we really kind of want now is to keep it nice and simple. Because, we're off making comics, we're off making games, we're doing all that kind of stuff anyway. So we're in the process of overhauling our Patreon. And we just want to make it super simple, minimize the tiers. And basically, if you're not familiar with Patreon, Patreon is a way of signing up to ongoing monthly payments to support a thing you love. And we're kind of suggesting that if you like the show and you would like to contribute towards it and Big Punch and everything we do, we have a tier now which is just £1 a month. At the same time, and I want to make this absolutely clear, I cannot stress this enough, you do not have to. There is absolutely no obligation. You can continue to enjoy the show for free. Please do not worry about that. It will still continue to be available everywhere you get your podcasts. However, if you want to contribute, it would mean a lot to us, and you can find it via our website. Again, super simple. We're going to be doing some work in the coming weeks about the kind of rewards we offer and the things you can get from Patreon. But right now, we have some bonus episodes of a show called Hate. There's going to be more show called Hate content coming. Not to mention, you get a ton of other kind of Big Punch advantages. So again, you're going to be hearing us talking about Patreon a bit more now going forward. Because we kind of realize that we have to maybe be a bit less ashamed about talking about it. We're kind of like, we have a business And yet at the same time, we're terrible business people because we never actually ask for money, which is quite bad. But yeah, no pressure. But if you wanted to, that would mean a lot. And I just wanted, this is shameless promotion of the best form. Big Punch Studios, we made a card game. It's called Sandwich Masters. Some of you may be aware of it. It's available on Amazon and on our website. It's a game about strategy, sabotage, and, would you believe it, sandwiches. And incredibly, we are now working on our first big expansion to the game called Bread Rolls. This is really like the first announcement ever. Oh, and that's rolls as in ROLES. So that's going to be coming to Kickstarter in the next couple of months, and we're looking forward to sharing some images from that soon. When I'm not editing podcasts, because I'm currently doing all the calculations and talking to printers and all the kind of fun gubbins that goes into making creative things. But yeah, we're really proud of it. It's a lot of fun. Not only does it add new rules to the game, we're introducing the concept of role cards, so you can assume the identity of a baker and get special sandwich maker, and get special powers. The game also kind of, it comes with enough cards to turn this 4-player game into a 6-player game. So, you know, if you're having a lovely socially distanced gathering in your garden, per COVID regulations, which may vary depending on your area or country, you'll now be able to do it with the 6 lovable people you've invited into your garden. And also, it's a really cool box. The previous box looked like a sandwich. This new box looks like a lunchbox, and it's big enough to contain the original game and the expansion, with space for, oh, who knows, maybe a future expansion. That's something to discuss, isn't it? So yeah, that is the end of the shameless sellout interlude. I hope you've enjoyed my dulcet tones and the sound of my road getting dug up right outside the window, which is quite nice. So yeah, thank you for listening. We're so grateful to have you. It really means the world. I'm just, honestly, just having you here, listening to the show is incredible. Now, back to the loves. Who's got a love?
Oh,
Come on, right into it. Who's got
I've
a
got
love?
Come on.
I love the fact that a lot of my dog walks now have coffee kiosks along the route.
Oh,
They know you're
Speaking
coming.
about big money, yeah, a lot of my walks
big
now
coffee.
up local hills and in local parks, because of lockdown and the fact that people seem to be walking more because it's all they've got to fucking do, is there seems to now be a lot of coffee kiosks along routes, and it's great. I'm enjoying it. I'm going and having a nice chat with the coffee vendor, getting a nice coffee and carrying on about my day, going on a lovely walk and feeling good about myself. It's wonderful. I love it.
Coffee is a great addition
Yeah,
to
and
a
it's
day
little.
out.
Well, you'll like it. There's lots of nice sausage rolls and pastries and bits and bobs like
Don't!
that.
I've got to quit!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Stop
sorry.
this,
No,
stop
I'm
it.
tempting you. But it's great. It's just
Chris
a
Ray,
little coffee shop on your walking route. It's brilliant.
But Chris Ray, you often walk up, you know, hills,
Yeah.
like quite remote hills and stuff. Are you saying there's like a little
That's,
booth
that's
just
exactly
kind
what
of
I'm saying.
bolted?
There's a car park. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's 3 hills surrounding Cheltenham. There's Cleve Hill, there's Crickley Hill, and there's Leckhampton Hill. And Crickley and Cleve, no, Crickley has its own calf because it's a country park. Cleve does not, but there's a golf club up there, so it doesn't really have a cafe, as you remember. Leckhampton has now got a coffee kiosk in the car park. Well, he's got his own generator. It's very loud. It's a very loud generator.
And the fumes, I cannot stress enough.
I mean, it is toxic up there, but by Jove, does he do a good coffee?
He's not actually selling coffee. You just think you are getting something when you go.
To be fair,
there.
he never said he was selling coffee. I just bought it off him.
Yeah, whatever it is, the hallucinations generated by the generator are making you think
It was certainly a hot, dark liquid.
It could be gasoline.
So, yeah. But I'm really enjoying it. It's great. I think it's really good. It gets more people out and about, and it gets more people hopefully walking and fitter and healthier, etc.
Nice.
I was briefly in town today getting a hair cut, and I had to go get cash afterwards to pay for that haircut.
They do like cash, those hairdressers.
They do like cash, yes. And I passed a little coffee booth, and while I did, I'm agreeing with you, because while I didn't get any coffee from it, I was like, that brings me joy in a weird little way. It's so compact.
Yeah.
It's like a little coffee tuk-tuk, like a little coffee
Yes.
vehicle.
And
kind of thing.
they're
I
often,
liked it.
because they're working on their own, obviously, they're often very nice people and good to have a chat to as well, which I enjoy. So I was just saying, oh, and how long have you been here? Are you staying permanently? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Do you live here?
Do you live in this really loud generated van, or...
I wonder what the secret is, like, because there's one in like the Cheltenham town centre. It's like a little kind of green, very compact little.
It's like it's not a
truck
tuk-tuk,
van
but it's
thing.
that sort of size.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of diddy. And I'm like, okay, how do you even rig up one of those things? Can you just buy like one of those proper barista coffee maker kind of things and plumb it in? I have no
guess.
idea.
Yeah.
So that's my love. I mean, if you're out there walking, and if you live in the local area, like Hampton Hill now has a coffee kiosk up there. So crack on.
Good to
crack
know.
on.
Will do.
Wow. That's just so. Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. You'd have to have a heart of stone not to find a little bit of
Unless
joy.
you don't like the fact that there's more pollution up in the wildlife, but yeah.
Which,
Maybe they live
Easy come,
there.
easy go.
In which case,
yeah.
minimal
pollution.
Well, I've got a love.
Go on.
I got a new back scratcher.
Oh my goodness.
What?
And by new, I don't mean I had one before. I didn't own one
See,
before, but
I'm
now
intrigued to
I own one.
know what your back scratcher looks like. Is it an extender?
Well, yeah, it
Yes!
folds closed.
Yes!
And it opens out.
Yes!
You have one.
Yeah, brilliant.
What does everybody have back scratches apart from me?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
And it's wooden, and it's got a little.
Oh, yours is wooden. Yours sounds
clawed
posher than mine.
Oh, it's bamboo. Mine. It's got a little magnet. So
All
as it
right,
snaps
Mr. Beast
open-
over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, flexing a bit with my back
Yeah.
scratcher here, but like it opens out, and then a magnet connects, and it holds it out
that sounds
unfolded,
good.
and then yeah. Ooh, get right down on the old back.
Yeah.
God, it's good.
What prompted this? Why did you purchase?
Just a realization
such a thing?
that every now and then I'd get an itchy back, and if Ali's not about or not wanting or not interested, I can't reach it. Like, I don't know if you realize this, but there are places on your own body that you cannot reach, and this is oh well, that's not true for you.
No, I'm incredibly flexible.
No,
I can touch
that's not
every
true.
bit of
Try
my
and
body.
touch your elbow with the hand on the same arm. Do it. Do it
Well,
now. Do it.
okay,
Do
well,
it
that's-
now. Do it now.
You're being facetious, aren't you?
Mate,
You know.
I've never been facetious in my life. How dare you?
How dare you?
dare
How
you?
dare you?
Yeah, I just suddenly realized that why am I suffering? Why am I just accepting that sometimes I've got a little bit of an itchy back and I'll just have to wait for it to go away? That's how I used to live, but not now.
I'll be honest with you. This has genuinely been a defining feature of the last year. A year in lockdown, a year of living at home. My back's been very itchy.
Interesting, isn't it? Because I feel like it's spiked recently as well. That's obviously why I've probably thought to buy a back scratcher, and I think it does indicate a certain level of age. You know,
Maybe so. But isn't scratching your back? Do you ever worry that it feels too good?
Sometimes,
this is the
sometimes
problem
it
I've
feels
discovered.
incredible.
Yeah.
it does, but I've got a new problem now, which is that when you can scratch your back so like laser focusedly, like I can now, it then just causes more itches to appear. It's almost as if my body reacts by going, oh, you can scratch that. Oh, I've got a few actually in reserve. I'm just going to wheel those out. If you could just deal with those as well. And then I get those, and then there's another
definitely.
8. It's just like, oh
I've
my
always
God.
found that.
It just goes on.
Have you ever
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
like when you have an itch, if you ignore it, it goes away, and then you don't have to itch anywhere for a while?
Yeah,
That is
but
true,
if you
yeah.
scratch it,
Whereas, yeah,
my back
exactly.
is
If you
itchy
scratch
right
it,
now. Oh,
then you have
God.
to. Then there's another bit that starts itching.
Well, the thing is, we're talking about it, so I'm
I'm really
half expecting-
itchy now. I'm really itchy.
I am now as well.
But
This
I'm
is awful.
I'm steadfastly going like I'm not going to touch my back at all
Yeah.
because the moment I do, you
It's
just
all
open
over.
the floodgates. Like it's coming
But
for
like,
you. Yeah.
as much as that process is technically probably infinite, the process of trying to counteract all those scratches is an incredibly pleasurable one. But you can't win. You'll never win. But maybe that's not the point. Maybe
is
the point.
It is just astoundingly good though. Like it is
really is.
It is incredible.
I'm gonna go do it straight after this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
sounds
on
like
it.
a
It's
good
gonna be
idea.
great.
You see, I've been blessed with. I'm not quite. It's not technically double jointedness, but I have incredible flexibility in all my joints, which will
Like a
probably come.
spider.
It will turn around and punish me when I hit 40. But like, yeah, I can bend my limbs pretty much all the way around my back, so there's no issue. there.
Can't see any problems with that later in life.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll work out.
But like again, it's like the forbidden fruit. Like you want it, but you know it's bad. Like there's problems. Like,
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
That does
There we
sound
go.
good. I'm jealous of that. That sounds like a good back scratcher.
Get it on Amazon now.
Well, I've got enough.
Oh,
Go on.
I love drug names.
brilliant.
Oh, yes.
Medicine names. I love it when a company goes, we've invented a drug, and let's be honest, 90% of the time, it's either going to make you shit or stop you shitting. Like that's where they're going. And they're like, what's this called? Well, it's quadrathenal ethanex. And they're like, okay, well, we can't the customers aren't going to like that. We got to give it a nice name. So this is where the drug marketing company comes in, and they'll come up with a name which is like Goodulax or
Poop you now.
I just like they're like it's just so paint by numbers. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
like we need a friendly word, and we need a word that relates to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm desperately trying to get into this mindset now of these like marketing guys, like digestive crime. Like, are you having difficulty like breaking down your food? It's not soaked in vinegar, so it's all really hard. Well, try digestive prime.
Are you
Prime, yeah.
shitting through the eye of a needle? Well, try and you keep it there.
It'd be like why'd you flow or
Yeah. It's always 3 syllables,
Yeah.
isn't it? Or at least ours
yeah.
are.
It's and the middle syllable is always like a U, like let's bring you into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so because again, it's tough. Like if you've developed a drug which will, again, maybe stop you shitting or make you shit. It's always about. I think shit is a very hard sell, but it's necessary.
Yes.
Society needs it, so they're like, "Oh, tough sell. We can't say shit you locks. You know, we've got to like make it, gentle. Like, oh, we can't say shit. So like,
Calm you flow.
Calm you flow.
There you
I
go.
like that. Like
Yes, that's good. Yeah. Calm. Maybe the use of the word empty,
Yeah.
like emptying
oh,
yourself.
void. No.
Void. Oh, that's a bit dark. Abyss.
Prolapse. Like lapse. Lapse is
Yes.
strong you lapse.
Strong you lapse. There you go.
Like, I don't know what the drug is, but if I saw strong lapse on a shelf, I'd be like, okay, that's gonna
Thing is, you
keep
would
the
see
pipes
that.
out.
You wouldn't need to look at it. You just go, that's the one.
That's
that's-
the
yeah.
one.
I don't know what I came here for. In fact, I woke up here, but
Yeah.
I think I need Strongulabs.
That's
I'm
like-
gonna get some.
You're like, God help me, I'm 11 into my 2-pack of 6 half-size sausage rolls, and I'm a little backed up. Oh, what's that on the
Yes,
shelf?
it's what I call the sausage plug, and it's very much there.
Oh, what's that? Omniflow. God knows. God knows I need it.
Body drain. That's not as good.
No, that's too aggressive. You gotta.
Unplug.
What's like what's like the most friendly word in the English language? Like, what's the love?
Yeah.
Hug.
Calm. I keep coming back to calm.
Calm is good, I feel.
Calm's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Serena Bow.
Serene. Serene is
Serene's a
good.
word.
Yes.
Serene your strain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
poop no more. That's
Poop no more.
There you go.
It's classic. It gives you everything you need to know. Yeah.
Yeah. Wind
yeah.
it in.
We should get this job. We should get the big contract based
Yeah.
on this, shouldn't we?
Ironically,
little brainstorm session.
Wind It In is also
Wind
the
It
name
In.
of a kind of anti-shit drug. Okay. And on that note, exact time of the evening where, in our strict, rigid format, we
I
have
feel
to
like we've
decide.
stuck pretty well to it this evening.
It's been a tight episode, not gonna lie.
Like my bowel.
But
Yeah.
what won? What won? Is it hate or is it love?
Well,
I feel like the loves brought me more joy, as is often the case, because I'm thinking and talking about things I like. But the hates had a lot of poignancy that can't go ignored.
Are you just feeling that way because you're about to go behind the woodshed and Old Yeller your sausage kind of roll?
we'll just hear some gunshots
Yeah.
because we live round the corner from each other. I'll be, oh, Nick's doing away with his sausage rolls.
No, Ma,
Yeah.
it's my problem. I have to deal with it. Likewise, I feel I got a lot of joy talking about your problems this episode, Nick. I feel that really
Cool.
did it for me.
Yeah, like therapy in a way, but worse.
Yeah, so I have feelings, and I'm kind of leaning towards the dark side this episode.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
There we go then.
Doesn't
I would say that Chris Racer.
doesn't matter what I think, but you know what I think.
Yeah,
We know
I would
what
say
you
that
think,
your opinion is irrelevant, but I know I can see the dark joy spreading across your face. So
It's almost more relevant. When we empower him, it becomes even more powerful.
It's
than we could
incredibly
possibly
relevant.
Let the hate flow through you.
So, I mean, the most important question is: Do you honestly how many sausage rolls are in your house right now, Nick?
I think I have a pack
Nice.
left. I think
You
there's
might
6
as
left
well
in the
finish
house.
that.
Oh, I'll finish. Oh,
No, I'll finish it.
don't worry.
but
I
the
will. I
next-
will finish them.
But the next big shop is Monday,
That's the real
Yes,
test, isn't
it
it?
would
That's the
probably
real
be.
test.
Monday, Tuesday.
so you're going to have
Yeah.
to resist on that.
Well, no. The thing is, I don't have to worry because it's click and collect. You see, so I've already made my opinions very clear to Ali, and Ali is the one who tends to organise the shop. So she will not be ordering them, and they will not arrive. And it's in a way, it's out of my hands.
That's probably that's probably
the best way to
yeah.
go. Best way to go cold porky, I've heard.
So it's we're coming up on Friday. Got Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sure.
Are
They'll be
you-
gone by then.
That's what I'm saying. Are we talking 2 a day, or are we talking like 11 p.m. on Sunday? You know, you kind of like naked, under the stairs,
What image?
crying, goodbye horses. You and the sausage rolls. Is that all, blaze of glory?
Yeah. I sort of feel like there should be a blaze of glory. I think what I might do is I might have like 1 a day for the next 3 days.
Nice.
And then I'll have 3 left. And then Monday, I'll just be like,
Special occasions. I mean, but what are you going to replace them with? That's the real question.
I know. I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't know. Nothing will come close in terms of the joy that they bring me. But I need it to be something that will, sate me, but also not kill
Nice.
me.
Steak
Short term.
steak and kidney pie. That's
I could have a small steak and kidney pie. At
Well, if you can have a
breakfast.
small one, you might as well have 2.
That's true, exactly. Yeah, equivalent to a full size. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll keep you
Please.
updated on
Yeah,
what I'll
when we
replace it
find
with.
out, yeah.
I don't know what it will be, but I just feel very sad for myself and for the podcast as a whole, because I know it's been an ongoing thing, the sausage rolls, and I feel like I'm taking it from you guys, and it is sad. It's sad for the show. I think it's sad for the show. That's the biggest sadness.